Hey, Zach. Turns out, I forgot, we're not going to be design quests in this part. We're going to do more main story stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, in both this and the next part.
The many voices of Zach.
Well, actually, no. Is that no? No. Sure, it's actually just me remembering it, and I'm telling Zach that I just remembered. So.
Also, Shiri, maybe it's like Twitch plays Pokemon. We are the voices telling him what to do.
Oh, well, in that case, we're kind of more like that certain other game that came out in 2015.
Alright, so let's interview Isaac and Isaiah. AKA the witnesses we saw at the beginning, yes. Again, they surprisingly took that very well, so hopefully they'll be fine.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So kids, how are your mental scars today?
Horrible, sir.
Can I pass on that one?
No.
Don't worry, Shiroi. All it took was a ladybug flying for them to instantly feel better, apparently.
Must have been a miraculous ladybug.
Probably.
Trevor, we're not in France, so...
Well, the show is popular. Well, the show is popular all over the world web. So
does the show stick to just France as a location, or
yeah,
does
it's
it
in
jump
Paris.
around the world?
It's explicit. Well, actually, there are some episodes in the later seasons where they actually do travel outside of Paris, but it's mostly just France. Yes.
All right.
Well, Thomas Astruc, the creator, is French, so.
Yeah. Might
sense.
as well.
If I recall correctly, it's the same creators from Totally Spies.
Is it?
Wasn't Totally Spies Canadian?
I don't know.
No, Totally Spies was French.
Feel free
It
to
could be French Canadian.
Feel free to check if you want.
Would explain the excess of weird fetishes moment.
I
do remember one episode from that show where this guy turns invisible and kidnaps the president, proving that the Secret Service are bloody useless, because even though they can't see him, pretty sure they can hear something.
You know what's interesting, Shiroi? Of all the Sailor Moon wannabes that have come over the years, you know what I'm talking about, right? I would argue that Ladybug is the one that best fits the role of a new Sailor Moon for the new generation, mostly because it only copies the stuff that it needs to, and everything else is actually puts its own spin on the format instead of just trying to be a shameless knockoff like the Mew Mew stuff was.
Tokyo. I'll admit, I kind of have a soft spot for Tokyo Mew Mew, but that may have been because that thing was like...
That's the thing.
Don't you guys mean Mew Mew power?
No.
Well, okay, to be fair, my country's title is even stupider. Mew Mew Victorious Friends.
But you know what's most interesting, Shiroi? It manages to capture that unique vibe of being character relationships told from a distinctly female lens, like Sailor Moon did, even though its lead writer and creator is a dude. So it's actually interesting that they still managed to make it feel authentic in that way. At least to me it does.
I haven't seen the show yet. I don't actually know if it has a dub or anything, but...
It has. Christina V is the main character.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. But I've heard Precure is another good one for...
Oh, that.
Being like Sailor Moon, but not really.
I don't remember if Sailor Moon was the very first for its genre, but in general, the Mahou Shoujo genre has like a gajillion different, different series tied to it.
Also,
seems to be a standout amongst people who watch those.
Shiori, I thought you meant Glitter Force there for a second.
Ugh.
Glitter Force? What the fuck?
Cutscene.
I'll explain later.
Since 1868.
What are you playing?
There's Horseshoe Mustache there again.
Keep us waiting. Is this the way the FBI treats their own people?
Hello, George. I just had some things I had to do.
Yeah, I had some side quests. I had some side quests to do.
Sorry if I upset you, but it was important stuff. To me, at least.
That isn't the issue here. We are in the middle of a homicide.
How is he not melting in that leather jacket?
He's too cool, Sheer.
Maybe it's cooler than it looks, in the sense that it's chilly outside.
If I recall correctly, well, this is also a northern state, so maybe despite the sun, it's not super hot.
That is possible, yes.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. It's what everyone calls me. And you are Jim Green?
That I am, son. I keep these woods.
Jim Green,
Forest
Forest Park
Park Warden.
Warden.
Well,
Please, there's
doing
like a
fine
farmer.
job.
Well, I used to be a tree surgeon.
Ooh, a tree surgeon.
And these two discovered the body.
Yes, my grandchildren.
Of course, the trees will move in coordination.
Isaac
Oh
Ingram
god!
found on his
Move
body.
that face away.
And you have to see it twice. to
And
know.
Isaiah Ingram found on his body.
These freeze frames.
You see that? Twins. Just like in my dream.
All right.
We gotta keep an eye on these two.
Oh, they actually said
I'm
he's
sorry.
streaming
Could we
this.
talk away from the boys? I want to help your.
Well, remember, sure, that's what he said when he first woke up in the hotel. Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify.
Please.
So,
I'll just take them over there then.
Thank you.
Hold on. Don't do anything without asking me. These children were the first to witness the crime scene. I want to talk to them.
Come on, they're just kids. They have no idea what really happened to Anna.
That doesn't matter.
well, yeah, there's still. I'm gonna have to say with York. There's still witnesses. We need to see what they can tell
Other
us.
people's feelings ever?
Emily's right. That's stone cold. Even for the sake of investigation.
That's okay.
I don't know,
Joe.
the boys seem
simple
fine to
terms.
me.
They may have seen something we adults would never spot. And they
Yeah, I'm with York on that
True.
one. I'm with York on
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
We could at least chat with them and see if they want to make a statement.
Don't worry, Jim. We don't have to flat out tell them what happened. We can just be vague about it.
And if the kids say no, then fair enough.
Also, you say you don't joke and yet you're smiling.
They aren't as fragile
Briefly.
as you think. Look at them, standing so upright there.
Actually, we're sit down. York.
Okay, so Zach and Cody's scary cousins are
Now then, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Tell me,
All right.
what did you find?
Anna, she was so pretty. She had a red dress on. Her hair was shining. Bright gold hair. There were lots of animals around her. Squirrel, weasel, and a snake. A real snake. We didn't know until then. But we know now. Anna was the fairy.
They complete each other's sentences.
She was a goddess.
that's not creepy at all.
Well, they're twins. Usually there's this thing about twins having some kind of, deeper connection.
Connection.
Yeah.
She was a fairy. A goddess. I'm sure she is playing with those animals even now.
Of course she is. Yeah, of course.
Most useful information, boys. Well, Emily, you can take them now.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it, Jim?
And the kids seem more than eager to talk about this stuff.
All right, let's investigate the crime scene.
Okay, Zach.
Or rather, what we think is the crime scene, at least.
Yeah.
And that means our unsub, our unknown subject, was here too.
So, what happened here?
All right, let's profile.
I have to say, because I've noticed it a few times now, my only major issue with this game is that the audio doesn't come out of both speakers.
I've noticed that certain things
That
only show up in
infuriates
one
me a
ear.
little bit.
The sound mixing is bad, yeah.
Again, by all accounts, this game should have been a disaster that would have just ended up being, lashed and forgotten. But no, there are some things that shine in it enough. To have
And
garnered
that being
such a
said,
cult
again,
following.
that's the only part I actively dislike.
No, it's because, Joe, like I said, I can't fully explain to you my case for what I'm about to say, Joe, because I have to wait till the ending to do that. But it's one of those cases, Joe, where behind all the crappy way it's made, there's a great game struggling to come out from inside.
And this is just one of those cases where the great game from behind got spotted by, enough people, it seems.
Or enough to get a sequel.
Alright,
yeah,
four-
10 years later, but
Four
still.
clues to find.
Okay, let's see. Here's one.
Where did it
Zach, look.
started raining?
The depression on the grass. I think we have a clue.
Also, York, how did your raincoat suddenly materialize just in time for it to rain?
Because that's how we work at the FBI.
It comes from the void.
That's how efficient we are. Anyway, we
Of
found.
course.
First
Oh my
clue.
god. Oh my
Pretty
god, Trey, you
tough.
just made me imagine. Agent York in partnership with Gaster.
There you go. So yeah, apparently he kneeled on right below the tree. There you go.
Almost
After
as
all-
if he wanted to worship her.
Very good, Teo. We'll get back to this.
Okay,
So,
Okay, but why though?
Well, Terry, if I told you, it would ruin it, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
According
obviously.
to Jova, Gasta is a glorified coat hanger. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. And don't you know, Troy,
sadly it does, Hero.
It's rude to talk when people are listening.
Here's something else.
Stop
picture
of a vest.
A picture in a place like this. Let's get it. Picture with a vest with holes. And look at that. Behind the hole, there's a peace symbol. The same peace symbol that was on Anna's hand that we saw. Remember that, Mark?
Almost like it's enough to fit through that hole.
Let's see.
Maybe the peace symbol was something worn by members of the cult in there. As to why there was a hole, maybe it got burned through the vest or something.
So we need more clues. Let's see. Oh, look, there's something in the tree, but do I get it now? No, I think I'm gonna get it last. Okay. All right, time to bust out my lightsaber to get rid of these fences.
All part of the investigation.
Well, actually, never mind. Let's use Keith's guitar. Let's try it out. Why not?
Wow, and it's still in good shape.
He has infinite endurance, so there you go. Well, Jova, according to the description, it is a legendary guitar, so.
Wow.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
Okay.
Whacking it made it shoot over.
Metal dust.
Look here, wood chips with rust on the edges. All right, we'll take it.
You got chipped with rusted metal dust.
All right.
Another clue.
Let's see it then.
Profile, yeah. This kind of thing reminds me a bit of the style that Danganronpa has.
Remind me, Jova, was what Danganronpa games were out by 2010?
First one.
Okay.
First one.
Okay then. Was it released in 2010?
Yeah.
Okay then.
I think it took still a bit before coming to the West.
Well, I mean, this was also made in Japan, so.
Yeah, but
Danganronpa was one of those series that it
November
took
25th,
a bit.
2010.
True, this. But this game got released only a couple days. Actually, this game actually got released in America first, because this game was made for the Western audience specifically.
Let me check.
Focus on the investigation. Let's go somewhere else, Zach.
Professor Oak says, no, you can't go there yet.
Yes. Let's see what's in here. Nothing, it seems.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. There it is. A trading card. It's on a trading card, and she's wearing the outfit she wears when she worked on the A&G diner. We'll go to the A&G diner later.
Let me guess. Reading the trading card spoils a lot of crucial stuff, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Missing piece of pin heel shoe.
Oh.
I'll mention these
a broken stiletto heel tip. I can't believe anyone would want to wear such things into the woods.
That would hint that
she was Bayonetta.
That would hint that she might have been trying to run away.
Go ahead.
That might hint that she was trying to run away and the heel broke. That, or he came across some form of blunt trauma.
Well, we've got all 4 clues. Let's see if we can make any sense out of this.
Alright. It's all coming together.
This picture might. Yeah.
A long time. It's upside down.
Oh, it suddenly stopped raining.
Peace sentiment then.
These holes on the ground.
Oh, was even the point of it raining during the investigation?
All around here.
The god was feeling very dramatic. I'll go. Ooh, he's investigating. Let's do some rain for dramatic effect.
Georgie thinks he's got the case.
Let's see.
Put on her shoes.
And while we discuss how the gruesome murder took place, we play the Life is Beautiful theme, of course.
Yes.
disgusting.
The music doesn't seem to think so, Georgie.
It's because it's supposed to demonstrate that York is not really
idiot.
York is not really buying any of the stuff he's saying. Not that he's an idiot, Joe. It's not so much that he's an idiot. Like he himself even said in a previous dinner conversation that he's not necessarily trying to antagonize George. It's more so the fact that
no, I was saying George is an idiot. He's the moment where he says, "Oh, kind of like in something Murder She Wrote, the police think they got it, but we're completely wrong."
You know, Jova, maybe they're playing this theme because this investigation is so gruesome. Like, they need to cheer up the player, you know?
Oh, trust me, Shiroi, don't worry. When the game wants to get dark, it does.
The footprints reveal that
Oh yeah, we saw that with the zombie scene.
and they're different from Anna's shoes that we saw at the office.
Oh.
Furthermore, there would be even more disgusting evidence if he did kneel and, well...
Oh, and yep, suddenly in...
If you want proof, go ahead and try it for yourself.
No, thank you.
Here for a reason other than simple perversion.
360 shot.
Yeah, what did David Yates take over the direct?
A very blurry 360 shot.
Alright, let's profile and figure this out.
Profiling starts.
Objection? Oh, no, wrong game.
Well, we're in an investigation section, not in a trial section.
Was there an Ace Attorney
So
game
I
released in
object to your
2010?
objection. Yes, wasn't that, no. Wait, no.
Think of it kind of like Ace Attorney, more like Ace Attorney.
So go on.
Think of it more like Ace Attorney Investigations rather than a proper main Ace Attorney game.
Siri, I've done a bit of research on Ace Attorney. I don't think there's ever been a game in the series. No, wait, no.
She was.
Yes,
So there you go. So there you go, Joe. Apparently, whoever broke the stiletto just left without it. It seems so. It wasn't on us.
Just like the twins said.
No, for some reason I thought that Dual Destinies came out in 2010, but it did not.
It was 2013.
2013.
Once dead Anna was transformed from an object of despite into one of worship. So who is Miss Stiletto Heels?
That's the nickname York gave her, Miss Stiletto Heels.
Interesting nickname.
Well, it's the only major thing we know about her, Glibs.
Hurry away then.
That settles it then, George. Miss Stiletto Heels is a third party here. She's not the murderer.
But apparently she's a
Away
witness.
from an object of worship. She could be another victim who was with Anna. Or perhaps an accomplice who fled for some reason.
Or some unlucky sap who just happened to stumble onto the tragic scene.
One who took whatever it was Anna was holding on to in her hand.
But why? Why did she leave her here?
Only
Well, that's
Mrs.
what we're trying to
Stiletto
find
knows
out,
the
mate.
reason for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Knows something about the man with the first peace mark too.
So we know that the killer has a reverse peace mark on his back.
How many women wear high stiletto heels in this town, do you think?
Oh, I should think most of them have at least one pair.
I was asking the sheriff.
Why not ask an actual woman?
Nobody would come all the way out.
Maybe the sheriff likes stiletto heels.
Well, except maybe one person.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Yeah, who are we?
Don't keep me in the dark.
Thanks, Emily.
Who might this elegant lady be?
Diane,
Made a sound effect.
the owner of the art gallery. But she's out of town for a big art auction. I heard she'll be coming back in a couple days.
Then we'll just have to give her a warm welcome home. A more immediate matter, then. Where in town can you find something like this? It should be a building that isn't used anymore, with either a lot of metal or metal machinery or something like that.
Obviously, since it's very rusted. Huh.
Oh boy, is it haunted?
Well, let's see.
Could you guide me to this perfect setting for extravagant murder?
Let me guess. Someone's involved in a money laundering scheme, so they dress up in a costume to scare everyone away from the lumber mill, which they're planning
No,
to
that's not
sell.
Scooby-Doo.
That's a very elaborate
I mean,
scheme.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta consider Scooby-Doo. Like, nobody ever thinks these days to just try and scare everyone away from the building with a monster costume for their elaborate money laundering schemes.
So yeah, York is convinced that the murder took place at this lumber mill. So let's check it out.
The lumber mill is pretty far from here. If that's where she was killed,
how bad could it be?
Why would the killer go to all the trouble of carrying her all the
Don't
way
say
here?
that.
I don't know yet. My profiling instincts tell me one thing is for sure, though. The unsub's personality is totally different before and after the crime. The unsub killed her in a brutal, horrifying way, and then displays powerful adoration after she's dead.
Boy, somebody really liked this music track.
To all this. I will say this, though, George. Profiling is a risky business. Of course, if the unsub planted those stiletto footprints himself, well then, everything I've just said falls apart. But there's no evidence that he left those stiletto footprints. I'm sure we have Miss Stiletto Heels to thank for those tracks. All I can do is deduce the unsub.
Unless he's a sicko who... Unless he's a guy who likes to wear stilettos.
Modus operandi, his way of thinking. It usually unveils something that a normal forensic analysis may overlook. That's my way of profiling. It's not for everyone, but it works for me.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
It is quite a bit like Ace Attorney Investigation.
Also, Drebs, I checked in the meantime. The first Western release of Danganronpa was for the PlayStation Vita version in 2014. So 4 years after the original release.
Took a while.
Jeez.
Alright then. Alright, to the lumber mill. And we get to talk.
First joined the force, this lumber mill was still in full swing.
It closed up right when I first moved here.
And now it's totally abandoned.
I presume so. I've never really been inside, so I don't know for sure, but it sure is run down.
Deserted buildings are perfect for criminal hideouts and activities.
This is
I keep telling Harry to have the place torn.
York's theme.
Probably after all, it's already been used as the
Remember, it's the theme that plays when we first see him in that cutscene. Dun 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 dun.
Wait, this one doesn't sound as jazzy though.
No, it is, Joe.
Yeah, this sounds more sinister.
No, it's the same theme. Oh, never mind. I forgot. Never mind. You're right.
This sounds.
Never mind. Never mind. You're right. I forgot. During this particular piece in the game, so I'm hearing this mute. So excuse me, audience. During this particular part of the story, in order to put you in the correct mood because you know that you're about to find out something terrible, the game will have this music to put you in the correct mood. In a more somber mood.
I guess after hearing so much of Life is Beautiful, they need to reset the mood.
Well said, George. Can you step on it, Agent York?
It's a bit hard considering we're all... Oh, there you go.
I'm going to... Okay.
Find out if your facts can be trusted.
You're full of confidence, right? Let's get to the lumber mill.
All right, I'm going to. I skipped most of that walk just because I'm only going to be showing parts of the road that you guys haven't seen yet, just for the sake of getting this done quickly.
This theme is interesting.
I actually love the soundtrack of this game. Not just Life is Beautiful or York's theme or anything. Like I just love even when there's like a more ominous track like this. I actually think it works really well. It does a good job in setting up the mood.
It's not quite like the equivalent of a suspense theme in Ace Attorney, but it sounds like it feels a bit like one of those extra themes that you hear in an Ace Attorney game that sets you up for when something heavy is about to happen.
Exactly the same purpose. So yeah. All right, let's keep going. Well, if it helps you, Jova, from what I've heard, the soundtrack of the second game feels much more Ace Attorney-ish in nature because there's less over-the-top themes and it's more this very reminiscent of OG trilogy, basically, of Ace Attorney, especially the first game, and which is cool because the first game soundtrack is still my personal favorite to this day. With Ace Attorney 5 soundtrack being a close second.
We
You
there
can do it,
yet?
York.
No. Don't you start, you kids, otherwise I'm gonna turn this car around.
But then we won't be able to solve the case, Uncle York.
We'll solve it tomorrow.
But then the killer might get away, Uncle York.
If you don't shut up, there'll be no murder investigation for anybody.
Then the killer goes scot-free.
Alright, we're
I don't care. I'm tired.
Alright, we are here. There you go.
There we go.
Excellent.
I'm going in alone. You two stay here.
Why?
Hold on, he actually has a good reason.
Profiling with other people around me.
Now hold on a minute. We're
But they were
investigating this
around
case
you
together.
in
Listen, I
the
can't risk
crime
the crime
scene.
being compromised by you two.
What are you saying?
Oh.
Hold on. Let him explain.
Agent Morgan. We know how to secure a crime scene.
I'm sorry. That was
Jesus, his eyes look demonic
This
there
is
for a
how I
bit.
operate. Furthermore,
Yes. Furthermore, what?
to me, the outsider FBI agent, every citizen of this town is a suspect.
True.
You two could be in on this whole thing for all. I have to keep suspects out of the crime scene.
How can you say such a thing?
Well,
Yeah,
Emily, he doesn't know you very well. For all he knows, maybe you could be the killer. I mean,
If you don't, and if the pair of you don't shut up, I'll shave that ridiculous horseshoe off that guy's face.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do to me?
Cut off all your
Hey,
hair.
come on!
I actually love this joke here. This is a 2010 joke here.
That, Zach? If they are pros, then we should let every first-person shooter gamer out there join the SWAT team.
I swear, I love you.
That's a triple hitter. That is a triple hitter. That works in universe, out of universe, and completely in the
just
meta.
works.
And I mentioned that I love this game.
Fuck, that came out of nowhere.
Okay, you know, that line alone, I can see.
Oh,
I'm
we have another
really
one of
beginning
these.
to see why. What?
Hey, the one game that can't make a semi-decent rebuttal at this would be Rogue Warrior, because that's apparently even more broken than this game.
Honestly, the one thing I could compare it would be the beginning of Venture, because we nuts and balls were rare tries to take a jab at the fact that Microsoft was all into shooters these days, those days, but they use it in such a poor and strawman kind of way. And then their solution is using just cars.
You were saying, Joe, you begin to see why? See why what?
I'm really beginning to see the overall charm to this game, definitely.
Alright. There you go. Extra for enemies killed. And a headshot
basically,
reward as well.
So basically, you can always tell when combat is about to happen when there's red vines, essentially.
Very good, Jova. I'm sure you'll have a kind of an issue with that, but unfortunately, Jova, yes, the primary color to symbolize evil in this game is the color red. Sorry.
I get it. I mean, normally I prefer when red isn't cliched and used as the sign of evil. But hey, I can sort of get why and when it's used as that. Also, what a shock! I called it. The abandoned mill is haunted.
Just as I thought, Zach. This is where Anna was killed.
We even have an altar and everything. Holy crap, this guy's completely fucked in the head.
Oh boy.
Alright. Let's see what we can figure out without clues.
Don't let a cigarette in there, you'll contaminate the crime scene.
It's part of his investigate. It's kind of, remember, it's kind of like how House has that ball. It's part of his. It's a tool that he needs to keep his head.
Then magic
thinking.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
So I guess that was the combat sequence, and now we're profiling.
Actually, Jova, we're doing both at the same time. We're both in the combat section and investigation section. Yeah. Some of them are like
The
this.
Ace Attorney games are like this. While you were pointing at the screen, Phoenix has to fight off puzzles.
Interesting.
I hope I haven't given Capcom any ideas.
Don't worry, Joe. Don't worry, Dwebs. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Capcom is not gonna take something from this game of all things. At least, I mean, if anything, Resident Evil would be the thing for them to take since it's a franchise of theirs. Not so much this.
I mean, like I said, I would not be surprised if we maybe saw an Ace Attorney and Deadly Premonition crossover.
Oh, I'm sure Square would love that, but I'm not sure if Capcom would be okay with that.
Well, I checked earlier, and yeah, I don't think there's any fanfics of
missing
this.
a vital
So,
piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. Just took a puff. Okay, York's way of smoking in this game is bizarre. Sometimes he takes just one sip and then he's done with it.
Remember, Joe, but the first step would be for Swery to convince Shutakumi to work with him, which is already a hard thing to do, as you know. So,
is he just smoking this one cigarette?
Through the entire game. It's like Discount Yan Solo in Star Chaser, which has the one cigar in the entire.
Almost like an altar. Was the murder some kind of ritual?
Possibly. Were they preparing for some sort of ritual? Poor taste, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Alright, let's continue.
Is that a dummy or an actual body?
A dummy.
Yeah.
Figured.
They have to do rehearsals.
Probably. Alright, Agent Honor, $30.
Okay, now, in terms of building suspense, scenes like these do work here and there.
Phone?
Oh, classic horror trope. The phone starts ringing and it's some kind of scary voice on it.
Even when it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a hub world.
York, you wanna answer?
Oh. Hello. Reverse
May
peace
use that sound effect?
Yes. A reverse peace sign.
Gotcha.
Well, Taylor, it's a stock sound effect, so.
I know, but this is one super cheap.
So, yeah, Anna was tied up, it seems.
Oh boy.
I wonder, what if Anna came here expecting something else and thus got a bad surprise?
Abandoned building sex is the best sex after all.
Maybe she's into that, we don't know.
A lot of people tend to be into that.
Like, if it was like a group for a rave, I can understand that, but it's not exactly the most intimate and charming of places to go to town.
Unless it's an orgy.
Like
Maybe
I said,
for
rave.
like a weird Halloween orgy or something.
Extra for profiling.
God forbid they were going to try and reenact Caligula again.
Why are we thinking about this?
One thing you can do. Well, Shiroi, you're kind of trying to. The game invites you to try to solve the mystery along with York, so you're kind of supposed to think about it.
I guess.
Yeah.
The dialogue also from the thing with York's profile so far seems to suggest that Anna has been forced into a situation she wasn't consenting to. So yeah.
I think what's interesting now is unlike other combat sequences now, if York is dreaming or hallucinating, he's doing this while investigating, and that would not make much sense if none of this is actually happening. Whereas, in the previous combat sections, it was strictly just combat, nothing that affected the story. This now is. And I'll give it this, the sections where you're just investigating do actually feel more genuinely scary because it takes advantage of the trope, nothing is scarier here. You're left in anticipation of something.
I guess we'll answer the phone in the next part.
Well, actually, remember, Taylor, it's a phone, so I can use it to update my progress to HQ. So.
Right.
Alright, everybody, in the next part, we'll finish off this lumber mill level and finish episode 1.
Goodie.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.